Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, guys, I am so excited, but we're going to be reviewing the new Haunted Europe palette by Nomad Cosmetics. First off, look at this damn packaging. It is just so you guys want to see what this palette's all about, what my thoughts are on this, then definitely keep on watching. Okay guys, so before we dive straight into this video, I just want to quickly address something that was brought to my attention in yesterday's video, and it is something that I have literally stayed up all night thinking about. I can't stop thinking about it, but in yesterday's video, I did a review of the Chaotic Cosmetics Brainwash collection, and in the video, I kept calling the owner a she. I didn't realize I was misgendering the owner. They go by them, and I feel incredibly horrible that I misgendered somebody. That was never my intention, and the second that I found out that I completely misgendered the owner, I immediately reached out to the company and I apologized profusely, and it's something that I feel terrible about. I just genuinely was uneducated on what their pronouns were, and I just feel, oh my god, I feel like shit. Like, no lie, I literally sat there and I cried to Corey last night because I genuinely do feel like shit. And I have reached out to AJ so much, and I apologize so much. I left a pinned comment, but that's just something that I just wanted to address to you guys. Like, I don't play around when it comes to stuff like that. I never intentionally mean to misgender anyone, so I just wanted to go ahead and address that and just say that I am terribly sorry, and I will be more educated in the next time I refer to someone's pronouns. So I just really wanted to address that with you guys before we dive into today's video. So. Alright guys, so if you guys don't know, I thoroughly do enjoy Nomad Cosmetics. I reviewed their Fire Ice palette long ago, and it was like an Icelandic palette, and I just kept using the wrong names and trying to describe like the shadows because they were like, I don't know if they were like Swedish or Dutch language, but I just really fucked up the names pretty much. And the owners were so sweet. They were so nice about it. And I actually helped Mikey. If you guys don't know, Mikey's one of my closest friends. I helped him get on the PR list for them. And I'm like, fuck yeah, go Mikey. But I've always loved Nomad Cosmetics ever since. And then when they did like the forest palette, I had so much fun telling that story. So I saw that they were launching this and I immediately was like, I have to have this. First off, look at the packaging. Okay, if this doesn't scream Count Dracula, I don't know what else will. This would have been perfect to do my vampire stories. This would have been a perfect palette to work with. Like, look at how adorable this packaging is. Now, on the back, it says that this is a medieval Europe. Now, on the back, it says that this was based in medieval Europe. It is a haunted castle and eerie forest theme, and it's a dark fairy tales inspiration. I love that they actually add that on the back, so to kind of tell you guys about the palette. So, when you open it up, this is how the palette looks. First off, look at that. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Wait. ASMR. That is freaking awesome. Like, I love the fact they do that. Like, look at how cool that is. Like, that is so freaking cool, man. I love that. Oh, I can't get enough. And then when you open it up, guys, look at that. Like, look at the embroidered, like, look at the imprint they have in all the shadows. If that's not freaking cool, I don't know what else is. Like, that is freaking amazing. Now, on the website, this palette does retail for $44, and it says, join us on the hunt to discover Europe's most spectacular scary tales. Intentionally rich and delightfully lavish, 18 eyeshadows formulated with extra fine pigments. You have 9 ravishing mattes, 9 picturesque shimmers inspired by the dark fairy tales of the medieval Europe. Infused with bilberry seed oil to help restore skin for crease-proof color. It is cruelty-free and it's vegan. And you know what the best part is? Is that 5% of the sales are donated to Bat Conservation International. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing to donate to Bat Conservation. I'm going to donate because why not? But I saw this and I thought it was so cool. Now, when I saw the little trailer, the trailer for this palette looked like they were inside like the New Orleans, like St. Louis, like the famous graveyard. And so I was inspired to like look up all the haunted stuff for New Orleans for this video. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, there are so many stories regarding New Orleans, and everything about that city is haunted, supernatural. There's so many different werewolf tales there, witches tales there, voodoo tales there, vampire tales there, spirits haunting that place. Like, New Orleans is full of supernatural stories and hauntings. And so in order to really do New Orleans justice, I would have to have a video that's super long and really dive into each story. So instead, in today's video, I'm just going to tell you guys 8 super quick stories about some of the 8 most haunted places in New Orleans that you guys can check out whenever you guys go on tours there. These are tours that I found personally that I personally want to go on a tour and go check out because they are some of the most haunted places in New Orleans. So the stories I'm going to tell you are super fast. They're not very detailed because if I wanted it to be detailed, this video will probably be 2 to 3 hours long to really do the stories justice. So I'm just kind of doing a synopsis, and then if you guys want me to dive deep into some of these stories, I can do videos truly dedicated on those stories, and I can have it be part of like my makeup and mystery series because those videos are so much fun to do. I just don't have time in today's video to do that because this video will be super long, and I really want to do those stories justice because some of the haunting stories that you hear, you're just like, holy shit. Like the La Laurie mansion, I feel like that's a story that's really going to captivate everybody just because it was actually based in American Horror Story, the Coven series, where there's this lady who literally kidnapped slaves and tortured them and kept them up in her attic. And you know, the only way that she was even discovered is when the house burnt down, and you could actually see everything that happened, like what she did to these people. So I would love to dive deep into those stories and tell you guys the full story. But today I'm just going to touch on little tidbits of New Orleans and tell you guys some of the 8 most haunted places that you guys should check out. So before we dive into those stories and dive into the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to quickly swatch everything for you because I just want to show you guys again how truly beautiful this palette is. Now, like I said, I saw this palette and I saw like a trailer in a graveyard and I automatically thought New Orleans. But then when I actually got the palette, I was like, oh, it's haunted Europe. So I probably should have done like haunted European stories. But again, those stories dive deep in. Like I know my sister, when she did haunted tours in Scotland, they have some amazing stories over there, especially like in England as well. So I'm going to quickly swatch these shades for you guys, and then we're going to dive straight into the look and whatnot. But I have to say, for $44, you guys get 18 shades. I mean, come on. That's actually freaking amazing. And I can safely say, because I have played with other Nomad Cosmetics palettes before, that if you guys want to know what the formula feels like, if anyone has played with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette or just a Blend Bunny Blends palette, the formula almost like the exact same. Like the way the mattes just blend and lay out, they're so beautifully pressed that the mattes are so easy to work with, and they're so pigmented and they're so blendable, and same thing with the shimmers. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these colors for you guys real fast, and then we're gonna dive straight on into some stories. Okay, so here we have the first row right here. Now the swatches are really hard to see because these are more lighter transition shades. I'm not gonna really try to bother to pronounce some of these names because I might suck, but here we have Mary King's Close, Huska Castle, Highgate Cemetery, Hoya Bosie Forest, Ghost River, and then we have the shade Bloody Mary. I don't like saying that shade out loud because I am superstitious like that, and I don't need her to come anywhere. So, oh my god, I also forgot to say, before I dive into the next row, welcome to day 29 of Vlog-O-Ween. I don't want to forget saying that. Okay, the next row we have Boogeyman, Frankenstein, Grendel, Big Bad Wolf, Krampus, and Count Dracula. Then we have Catacombs, Dragsholm Castle, Mary Cemetery, Black Forest, Brands Castle, Spandau Citadel. If I said those names wrong, I apologize. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and we're going to get this look going. Alrighty, guys. So the very first shade that I'm going to go into is going to be this Boogeyman shade right here. Now I just want to swatch this really fast so you guys can see this one and the Castle shade to see if there's like a difference, because they both look like they're very gold shades. So Dracula is going to be on the top, and then the Castle one is going to be on the bottom. So you can see there is a slight difference between the two shades. This one's just going to be just a little bit lighter. This is more of a golder. This is more of a deep gold right here. So I just wanted to show the difference, because at first when I was looking at it too, I was like, ooh, they look the exact same, but they're not. So we're gonna go into the Boogeyman shade. I love their shimmers. You guys can see how my thumb is already imprinting in here, or my you guys see how my finger is already imprinting in here. It is a very, very soft shimmer, like really, really soft, and they have a really like decent sized mirror. Like this whole thing is a mirror right here. That's freaking awesome. So I'm gonna start to go right here in the inner corner. I'm gonna start to lay this down, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to tell you guys some creepy stories about New Orleans. New Orleans is a city with a rich and dark history. Many believe that the city is among the most haunted in the United States. Here are a few of the reported hauntings and the legends behind them. The Lalaurie Mansion. Many have heard the tale of Madame Lalaurie in her torture chamber on Royal Street. The origin of the ghostly tale begins in 1831 when Dr. Louis Lalaurie and Delphine moved to the Creole mansion in the French Quarter. Following a fire in the mansion's kitchen, the horrors of the home were revealed. Legend has it that behind a barred door in the attic was a torture chamber for those enslaved. Many stories detail the cruelty involved. Men and women chained to the walls, children shut inside cages, and body parts strewn across the floor. Lalaurie fled to Paris, believed to be on the run from town by an outraged mob. Tales of the lingering are said to haunt the grounds. Others say that the ghost of Delphine Lalaurie haunts the mansion herself. Unfortunately, you most likely won't get a peek inside of this private residence. However, most haunted tours in the area include this stop. You could also venture there yourself. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. Established by the Spanish in 1789, many of the city's earliest occupants and infamous personalities are interred here, including Marie Laveau. It has been named the most haunted cemetery in the United States. Pirates, aristocrats, politicians, killers, artists, and the queen of the voodoo are interred on the grounds. With over so many dead interred, it's no wonder this cemetery has heard its fair share of ghost stories. Phantom figures and yellow fever victims reportedly stalk the rows of crypts. However, the most famous spirit believed to roam the grounds is that of Marie Laveau, New Orleans' queen of the voodoo. Some believe that Laveau materializes annually on St. John's Eve, which is June 23rd, to lead the voodoo faithful in worship. According to new rules, a licensed tour guide must accompany all visitors to the cemetery unless you get special permission to visit a loved one alone. Okay, then I'm going to go into the shade Frankenstein right here. It's like this beautiful burnt orange. Oh my god, speaking of Frankenstein, I'm literally holding a Lunar Beauty LBE 5 brush. This is becoming like a really great packer blender brush. Guys, I can't believe this is happening, but I have to let you guys know because I let you guys know yesterday because I just found out yesterday. But I officially have a code with Lunar Beauty. So if you guys use code Allie, you guys will save 10% off your entire purchase at Lunar Beauty. So make sure you guys go check them out. I know they have some amazing, amazing, amazing lip glosses, and I'm just so blown away that Manny took a chance on me. So it would definitely help me guys out if you guys definitely use my code, because I think it would prove to him that like I'm worthy, even though like he reached out to me. But yeah, if you guys want to be kind or anything, definitely don't be afraid to use code Allie to save you guys 10% off your purchase. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this LBE 3 brush and dip in the shade Frankenstein and put it right next to that shade right here, just like so. Start to just tap that on. Lafayette's Blacksmith Shop Bar. Built sometime between 1722 and 1732, Lafayette's Blacksmith Shop Bar is reputed to be the oldest structure used as a bar in the United States and one of the city's oldest surviving buildings. From 1772 and 1791, the property was believed to have been used by Jean and Pierre Lafayette. It was used as a New Orleans base for their Bartiera smuggling operations, according to a legend. A French-American pirate and a privateer, Jean Lafayette plundered the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Some stories claim that the buccaneer's treasure is buried in the building's bricks. A fireplace grate is in the downstairs bar is rumored to be the resting place of some of that plunder. Some say a pair of ghostly red eyes can be seen staring from the grate. Other legends say that the ghost of a pirate guarding the treasures haunts the bar. Some say the spirit of John Lafayette still roams the tavern. Hotel Montioli. Built in 1886, the Bijou art-style Hotel Montioli in the French Quarter is known for its rotating carousel, piano bar, and lounge. It's also known as one of the premier haunted hotels in New Orleans. The hotel reportedly has a restaurant door that opens or closes every night, even though it's locked. Elevators stop on the wrong floor, leading visitors down eerily chilly halls. Legends state that a former employee, a man named William Red Windermere, died inside the hotel of natural causes. Visitors still report seeing him inside. A toddler spirit named Maurice is also said to roam the halls. He allegedly died in the hotel, and his distraught parents return frequently in hopes he might visit them. The Myrtles Plantation. Although not in New Orleans, the Myrtles Plantation is just a short day trip from the city. The antebellum plantation sits in St. Francisville, Louisiana. It has been touted as one of America's most haunted homes. Since it was built in 1796, it has been the home to many prominent figures. It's said to be haunted by over a dozen spirits and ghosts. Some claim that the home has seen 10 murders on the ground. However, historical records just shows one. In the 1800s, William Winter was shot and killed on the porch of his home. His killer is unknown. Aside from Winter, numerous other figures reportedly haunt the ground. The home is said to be built on an Indian burial ground. Others say it's haunted by the ghosts of prior slaves and young children. Two particular frightening stories stem from photographs showing alleged spirits and ghosts. According to the plantation's website, a young slave girl known as Chloe was photographed to be on the grounds of the plantations. Other photos depict what appears to be a young antebellum girl staring out of a window behind two visitors. What do you think? House in the old La Petite Theater, Tableau hosts a wide selection of ghosts. Union soldiers, a theater manager, a nun, and an actress who committed suicide are just a few of the many spirits that haunt the restaurant and bar. Doors mysteriously blow open and shut close, and bottles of wine reportedly fly off the shelves, just some of the ways these spirits make their presence known. Shall you go visit it and have a drink? Okay, so now that shade is laid down, we're going to go into the shade Spindle Castle right here and start to lay that down right next to that. Very simple, very easy look. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. There's definitely some kick up in the pan, but there's really not that much fallout on the face. I feel like there's more fallout with the shimmer shade than really the matte shade. According to New Orleans psychic medium Carrie Rowe, the resident ghost at Sullivan is Aunt Rose, who has been a madame in the Storyville, the red light district of New Orleans during the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Aunt Rose used this location as her personal home. There is a cocktail even named for her, and guests can feel her presence when she's summoned by making this drink. Bartenders feel her watching over them and are reportedly making items move all by themselves. Want to have a drink? The Jiminy. According to New Orleans psychic medium Carrie Rowe, one of the New Orleans premier late-night haunts is actually haunted. On June 24th of 1973, someone set fire to the upstairs of Jiminy Lounge, killing 32 men. Considered one of the country's most horrific hate crimes, as it was a gay bar at the time, many workers and patrons can still feel the spirits of those who passed there. Alrighty, so now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and throw on my lashes. I'm going to come back with my face pretty much done. We're going to do the under eye together. But so far, I think this palette is absolutely beautiful. I'm doing more of like a neutral eye look, but for some reason, I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm going to go ahead and be right on back with my full face, guys, and then we're going to keep diving into this palette. Okay, so for underneath, we're going to go into the shade Count Dracula. This like orange, this brown shade right there. I know I said orange. And we're going to put that underneath our eye. And then we're probably going to blend it out with the shade Mary King and Mary King. We're going to blend out the shade Mary King Clothes. I don't know why I struggled to say that name. I just did. All right. I would definitely say the shade Spendu Citadel. It has so much fallout, but it was very, very easy to clean up and to wipe away. So just be mindful of that. This is why I always do my eyes first. I know some people don't do that, but that's just my preference just because I don't feel like dealing with a lot of fallout. I just don't have the time and patience to clean my face and all that jazz. And I know I didn't tell that many like scary stories or like any makeup mysteries, but I still wanted to use that intro because like I made it for this series and I just haven't had the time to really sit down and like tell you guys some spooky stories. I was able to do the vampire one. I want to do werewolf. I just don't think I'm gonna have time to do a werewolf one. I mean, but I guess I can still do it. It would just be after Halloween because tomorrow's video, my Witching Hour palette from Alien Cosmetics should be coming in, and I want to talk about the Salem Witch Trials. So that's why I haven't had time to do the werewolf stuff, but I definitely will go into that, and we'll go into like aliens and stuff, and I'll still keep my makeup and mystery intro. I'm just going to change it from saying Happy Halloween to just makeup and mysteries, but I just really do like that intro, so I really wanted to use it today because it's a pretty kick-ass intro. All right, now that that's laid down, I'm probably going to take the shade Haku Forest, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner along with my brow bone. I'm going to come back with my lips and everything done, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette. Ooh. All right, guys, and this is the final look. So for my lips, I am wearing the Jaclyn Cosmetics Toasty Lip Liner with the shade Be Bold with Gratitude mixed in with the shade Oh Hi mixed in. And for the gloss, I am wearing the shade Aura Liquid Lip. This is from Lunar Beauty, which you guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10% off your purchase. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm gonna push that code a lot, only for the mere fact is that I'm really, really excited, and Manny only gave this code to like 10 people, and I'm one of the few that he gave it to, and I just think that that's so cool. So make sure you guys check out these glosses I'm wearing right now. I freaking love his glosses. You guys know how much I love his glosses. So with that said, guys, what are my thoughts on the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette? First off, I think the unicarton itself, super freaking cool. It really does remind me of, you know, medieval times. It really reminds me of like the Dracula castle. It really does fit in, especially in time for the Halloween season. And then when you get the palette itself, like, come on, that is so cool. Like, I really do love how they have that right here. Super beautiful. I love the fact that there's 18 shadows in here. 18 shadows in here with a huge size mirror for the price of $44. Now that is absolutely insane that they are only charging $44 for 18 shadows. Guys, these shadows are incredible. Definitely has some fallout on the face, but it's super easy to clean up. The shimmers are just, they're like butter. They're so creamy. They're so beautiful. They're so shimmery. I really do love the Nomad Cosmetics shimmer formula, and I really do love their mattes. Their mattes are just really, really, they're just that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They're just that bitch. They're that freaking good. I have nothing but positive things to say about the Nomad Cosmetics palettes. I've never come across a palette that I did not like. The formula really is just so good. The brand itself is just a sweet brand. Whenever I talk to them, they're always so sweet to me. They're so kind. And I really do love the fact that this brand is really, really inclusive to small influencers. Like back in the summer, they were doing a PR search for anybody who had 10,000 followers and less. And that said a lot to me because there's so many different brands out there who only care to work with big influencers. So many small influencers get ignored because we don't have a following, so we don't matter. And the fact that this brand actually only wants to work with small influencers means more to me than you guys would ever know, because that just shows that they really care about the smaller community and they realize that we matter just as much as big influencers. So that alone I think is absolutely fantastic. And then whenever you buy anything from them, they do usually have a postcard. They handwrite it out to you. They're really thoughtful. They get their stuff out super quick, and they're just really an overall fantastic brand. They put a lot of heart and soul into these palettes, and I just really do enjoy them. You guys can see that I really do love that shade Boogeyman. I think it's going to be like my go-to shade when it comes to like a dark golden look. Like this is definitely my go-to shade. I really wanted to play with this shade Grindle, but there's like this dark foresty green. I just couldn't find a way to make it work with the orange, and I really wanted to do like an orange look today because I just feel like this is a beautiful, like almost neutral eye look, and I just really couldn't figure out how to blend the two together. They kept coming out to like a brown shade when I was mixing it on my hand, so I just didn't get to work with that. But overall, I do think there's a great variety of shadows in here. You get 9 shimmers, 9 mattes, and I think it's a great balance. Beautiful colors, really get you excited for the Halloween season, and you can use it more than just Halloween. I just really like the fact that every time they come out of the palette, it's a different theme, and I really do just love all the thought they put into it. So make sure you guys go check out this palette. It's finally available. You don't have to wait for pre-order. You guys can go get your hands on this right now. Afterpay is available, but yeah, I think this is a pretty kick-ass palette. Can't wait to see what they come up with next. So sorry I didn't get to go dive into like medieval European haunted stories. I just kept thinking of New Orleans whenever I saw this palette. I don't know why. That's just all I thought about. And sorry I didn't dive too deep into those stories as well. It's just that those stories are so long because they're so detailed, because in New Orleans it's a very, very haunted, supernatural place, and I just really want to dive deep into that all on its own. So if you guys want me to make videos on the different stories of New Orleans, I'd be very, very happy to do so, where I could sit here and tell you guys some haunted stories while I just worry about doing makeup and not have to do like a review, if that makes sense. That way it could be like a really long video just dedicated to that. So anyway, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys liked day 29 of Vlog-O-Ween. I can't believe we only have 2 more days left, and that's it. Then Halloween's over, and then it goes into Thanksgiving, which you guys, I may or may not do Vlogsgiving. I think I might do Vlogsgiving, but if I do Vlogsgiving, it probably won't be a video every single day. I think I might just do like, I'll take like a day or 2 off each week, just kind of like I normally do. It's just, you know, I know I'm probably gonna do Vlogmas, so I don't want to like push myself too much. So yeah, we'll see what I do, or I could do like, you know, it's just 2 weeks of it, or like I'll figure it out. But anyway, hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys do, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post every single day in the month of Vlog-O-Ween. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Offer to Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And stay tuned, because I will be posting my wedding video soon. And a huge, huge thank you to all these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members that you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye. Are donated to bat 5% of the sales are whale. There's so many different. Some believe that love be reviewing the new Nomad Haunted Europe, unless you get special orchard chamber on broiled La Laurie Mansion. Many have heard the tale of Madame La Laurie New Orleans is a city in the 1800s, and the 18 eyeshadow formulate can still feel the spirits, can still feel the